Hey everybody, I'm Chad Eckert. That's Joe Idone. This is the Preferred Lines podcast. You'll find us broadcasting each and every Tuesday night live, Twitter, YouTube, correcting beers, and chatting golf. Joe, happy birthday to your boy. You got a 5-year-old now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's crazy times. 5, unbelievable. I was just telling you, he's getting into sports and stuff, which is good, and also a lot of time. So busy as ever, man. Doesn't get easier, huh?
No, dude, and then you just have more kids, and then they just never end. Dude, so you did the magician show. You were a magician for his birthday. That if you don't follow Joe on Twitter, he's at Tour Pics. It's a good Twitter account. You got some content there. You did some content about your birthday party.
Some good wholesome dad content, right?
There you go. Yeah. So you want to save the performance for the end of the show, or what are you
Sure. Yeah, you got to stay tuned until the end of the show, and I may or may not perform a trick besides picking the winner this week, which we're going to attempt to do.
Oh yeah, that's not a magic trick. That's something we can do for sure. Now, Joe, how was the Jock Market this week? I have a confession to make about Jock Market. I have a new strategy.
Okay, shoot.
Okay. So Jock Market is the app that you use. You can download on any of the app stores, and you can deposit using the promo code PL. Get you a match up to like $50 or $100. I'm doing the thing now where I put the bid in at like 5-6 o'clock. My fair value, I say, okay, if I get them, I don't. And then what happened was I opened the app while I'm watching your show. I'm outbid. I'm gone. I have no shares of anybody. So I mean, that's kind of dangerous move to just hope and see if you'll get them. You almost have to be a little bit active on that Wednesday night, watching you and Rick Run Good break it down. Are you doing you kind of go more at the end, right at the end at like 9 Eastern, where everyone's
so I do a little bit of both. It's hard because obviously I'm hosting the show and trying to win money on the app at the same time, which is a unique challenge. But yeah, I do what you do. I think that is actually a very sound strategy for Jock Market, because what it allows it to do is you create your target price and you don't let the craziness of the last 3 minutes sort of get in your head and feel like you have 0 shares. You know what you want to pay for a guy. If he clears that, you move on. Like, that's where it's kind of unique, and there isn't a set price a la DraftKings that you can study all week and understand, okay, this guy's 10,300. I know exactly what his price is going to be. Or this guy's 9-1 this week. I know exactly what his odds are going to be. Is that good or bad value? It all is kind of up to you, and all changes very fast. So I think that that's actually a very sound move. And if you end up with shares of your guys at the end, good, you got them at a price that you're comfortable with and you feel happy with. If you have no shares, then you didn't want to pay it anyways.
Yep, you just try it again next week. And that's the thing, is it's fun. You can try it with NBA, you can do it with NFL, and if you want to just do it with the golf and you want to follow along with Rick and Joe on Wednesday nights, Rick, dude, he does a hell of a job on this Power Hour program. I mean, the kid's like an announcer at a horse race. Makes it so intense, and actually it's kind of irritating when Rick goes on about how this guy is right here at this price. Why is he this price? And it's the guy that you have shares of, and then you're like, no, Rick, don't say anything.
I know. He's like, oh, wow, 90 seconds to go, and Hideki looks cheap this week.
Yeah, it's like, shh.
And I lose my Hideki shares, yeah.
But Jock,
what is cool about it is that I had a ton of shares last week of Russell Henley and Seamus Power, who finished second and third and actually ended up making me quite a bit. Like I had like up to $300 profit on both of them because they paid out. So first would have been better, but the beauty is it's not so soul crushing when Russell completely melts on the back nine.
Right. Sorry to hear that.
It was tough.
You know, it's tough to get 4 winning golf bets in a row outrights. It's crazy, Joe. You've been on a hot streak.
That would have been a feat.
Let's keep it going, though. We can keep it going. You're still kind of riding a heater here. And let's open the betting board. We got our friend behind the computer there, Josh Bennett, Jish Swish, the producer of the program. Follow him at Jish Swish. He's got a model. He's part of the Golf Guys. He's popping up the betting board here and then showing us at the tippity tip top, John Rodriguez. And dude, you have to pay to play with John Rahm this week. He's like 5-1. What are you doing there? I mean, it's been almost 2 years of us doing this, I think 5-1 is about as low as we've seen a golfer ever. What are we going to do? This is Tiger Woods or what?
I can't say that, but here's the thing. I welcome it. I'm fine with it. I think that because John Rahm is in this field, if it was just Patrick Cantlay in this field, the guys in the range that I want to bet would probably be 10 less points. So I welcome it. Look, is 5-1 good value? Probably. Honestly, if that's the way you want to bet, like if they play this tournament 4 times, he probably wins one of them, right? 1 out of 4. So 25% of the time. But the other thing is you have to bet so much at 5-1 to really get anything back. Even if he wins 1 out of every 4 times they play this tournament, you're still losing all your money 75% of the time. So you've really got to time it out right. That's just not how I choose to bet. I actually think that him being in the field is an advantageous situation for betting other players. He's unbelievable, right? He's sick. He's won once in the last 14 months. Well, so as good as he is at 5-1, to compare him to sort of peak Tiger is, I think, crazy, even though the odds would suggest he's getting very close. Yeah, look, could he win this week? Yes, you got to live with it.
So what do you think he'll be priced up to on Jock Market? Do you think they'll buy him up to 16, 17, 18 bucks? Because the payouts are weighted, where your first place on Jock Market is $25. I don't know if he'll get to 20, like a Lamar Jackson in certain Monday Night Football games, and where Lamar's just going to outscore everybody. I don't know. How do you feel about 15, 16 bucks? Is that too much? Maybe you do it
I think that's too much. I think that's too much. It's basically asking him to top 5 to get any money back. Right. And even the way that I look at it is you can't even double your money at that point at $15 a share. He finishes first, you get 25. You can't even get 2x on your money if he beats 153 or whatever other players, which he's the best player in the field. He's better than 153 guys. It's still golf. It's still random. He's got to go out there and beat every single one of them, which is tough to do.
Okay, well, then we're not going to take Rahm, but then Cantlay is about the same thing. He's like 9-ish to 1. Are you interested in a Cantlay then?
No, although I don't think that he's as far. Okay, I don't think he's if he's 9-1 and Rahm is 5. I don't think that he's twice as less. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Twice as less likely to win than Rahm. I'm probably not wording that correctly, but I think you guys know what I mean. Yeah, I think that he's very close to him. I think this course is great for him. He's number 1 in birdie or better rates on short courses. He has a lot more calendar wins than Rahm within the last year. So, yeah, he's right there on a course that he's very comfortable with. So, is that a bad bet? No, but I'm not going to take it either.
All right. If you're on YouTube, you can like the like button and then do the subscribing and commenting. Josh is here. He's showing the betting board. We're going into the 20s, and we're looking at these are decent names, and they're good contenders at other tournaments. You got Scotty Scheffler, Sung Jae Im, Tony Finau. Im and Finau, they won in the fall swing. Scheffler's like the most likely due to win on PGA Tour out of everybody. Would you go with these guys to start your card?
I went with Sung Jae Im. Yeah, that's who I started my card with. I got a 22-1. I feel pretty good about that. Look, there's great players around him. But we're talking outrights here, and you have Scheffler, you have Finau, you have Connors, you can even dip down to Answer. They don't have great reputations for winning a whole lot, as good as they are. So I like Sung Jae. It's a great course for him. I don't mind the poor performance last week and the missed cut. I think that he can bounce back as good as anybody, and I think the game is in fine form. So he won. Did he win CJ Cup or Shriners?
Shriners.
He won Shriners, yeah. So shorter desert type golf course. There's a lot of similarities there that I think are in play. So, and that was just 2-3 months ago. Yeah, so obviously he's playing well.
Well, you mentioned you're going to Im. Then would you consider a bounce back from Abraham Answer too? You could find him at 28 or 30 to 1. You got him there. Is that someone you're interested in having a bounce back?
Maybe. I know he's got awesome course history here, and I'm kind of a course history guy, but I just there's guys that you just never find yourself betting.
Yeah.
He's kind of that guy for me. So I'm willing to sort of pass on the 29 to 1 that is out there. They're the 25s, I think, at most shops. What about you? Who do you got here?
I've
Did you take
considered.
Sanjay?
No, so like I had Sung Jae at the house and Sung Jae last week, so I was very focused on his round. I really don't want to get into the pattern of thinking too much about last week, having the recency bias. I love having the Men in Black wand and just zapping my memory. Or I love to say, like, you just get shot, you get sucked up by aliens and then you get brought back down to earth and you see these numbers and you see these names and you don't think about last week. You kind of think in more of a generality and you're a little bit more of have a little amnesia where you remember enough but don't remember everything. So what I'm getting at is I want to maybe go back to him. I don't know if I am in love with the 20 that I'd have to pay to get to him. If I could find a 22 or a 25, then I could just feel a little bit better about it. So I didn't go to Answer. I didn't go to him, but those are the two guys that I'm like, hey, this is the new me, the new 2022, trying to just have less recency bias.
And it's funny how the psychology of that kind of works, because you obviously, he was your biggest play of the week last week, had the house bet on him. He has a horrible performance. You kind of burned you, right? You feel a little bit burned by me, on the other hand, who hasn't bet Sung Jae yet this year. And other people, I know a ton of people have had him the first 2 events at Century as well. You're kind of like, you feel a little bit like, okay, like I didn't buy at the right time. I still think that he's very good. Like, maybe now's my opportunity, and vice versa. Like, I feel that way about Russell Henley this week. Is he playing awesome? Yes. Like, he had a great fall. This is a perfect course for him. I love him on Nicklaus courses. He has decent course history here, I believe. And he's playing fantastic golf, with the exception of 9 holes last week, and still was one birdie on 18. If he birdies 18, he wins that tournament, and the meltdown doesn't matter at all. I'm burned. Like, I'm scorned, and it's tough for me to go back at 35, but someone who didn't have him last week may see it as an opportunity.
So did you bet Henley then?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. No, I went, you know who I bet right below it.
I think we both bet a guy in the 30s. How?
Yes.
The Matthew Wolfe man. Okay, we love Matt Wolfe for many reasons. Not only did he won the tournament that it's in my home state, Minnesota, 3M Open, the first year that they had the thing. I love that about it. Joe hit an 80-1 on him that week or whatever. So Joe's got money on Wolfe for the rest of his life. We've also, God, he's so fun to cheer for. He's got that crooked swing and he's got the swag. He is the next DJ. Like, we know this about him. So we're expecting multiple wins per season for the rest of his career. Can he get it done here? I think he can. You think he can? It's Wolfe week. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm a little like, I have concerns because this is the week where things kind of fell apart, I believe.
No, he had depression, but it wasn't the course.
Yeah, it wasn't the course. But
he just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think the 35 or 40-1 is more than fine here. He led the entire PGA Tour in scoring average over the fall. I think that he's back. I think that his upside is awesome. I think this is a good field for him. Assuming that Rahm or Cantlay don't win, I think it's a wide open event that should favor his skill set. Should things go right, like he's but at 35-1, I'm willing to bet on things going right more than betting someone 15 or 20-1. It gives you a lot more outs there, and I think he's a good bet. I'm taking him.
Yeah. So my thought about him is that he's the closest to, he's like junior Rahm in a way, where he kind of
is.
Like he could be Rahm in a few years, where he's got everything right now. He's kind of got the long distance. He every once in a while gets hot with the putter and like he just somehow luck boxes some putts in. I think he has that creativity. He just wants it. And you can see it from out of college. Every time he tees it up, he's going for the win.
Rob is so freaking unique right now in that he moves it out there. He's not the longest by any means, but when he needs to, he can pack a little extra and really get it out there. But he's insanely accurate off the tee. His fairway percentage for how far he hits it is almost as good as anyone. I would maybe say that Wolf's like Junior Bryson almost, where he's got that next level distance and he's going to be aggressive on short par 4s. He's going to hit driver and have 50 yards left. And if things go really poorly, they go really poorly. But as you mentioned, when he does find that week where he gets a hot putter and wedges it well, he finds himself in the contention. And even though we haven't seen it a ton on the PGA Tour, I trust his ability to win with what he's done basically his entire life.
Right on. Josh, pull the betting board back up. The reason also is Wolfe has the ability to get to the 22 under par that you might need to get to. You might need to get to even more under par than that, where the guy, Patrick Reed right there, he may not have it. He may not want to go 22 under. He also may be thinking about Torrey Pines. We have to consider this as a factor. A lot of people, the veterans are here, like the Justin Roses, the Jason Days. Are they guaranteed 3 rounds? So then they're doing that. They know they can get that in. And then next week's kind of the trophy they really want to win. Do you ever have those thoughts where there's look ahead spots?
I do, but Reed is a unique dude, man. It's like, I don't think that he even really knows when he's going to play well because he doesn't necessarily have a course fit. I mean, the guys won at very short courses. The guys won at places like down here in Florida. The guys won the Masters. The guys won Torrey, which is a long course. And he's not a long hitter. So I just think that he trusts himself in contention, and I trust him there, which is why I'm trying to give this a ton of thought. Look, Patrick Reed is a better player than all of these guys around him. He's a better player than Wolfe right now. He's better than Henley. He's better than Power. He's better than Fowler. He's better than Kim. Like, if you go the next 5 years, he's going to win more than any of those guys. He's that good when he's there, and a great putter and unbelievable nerves. It's just the volatility, and he's tough to predict. So maybe the stats looking all red this week when you look at Patrick Reed on a site like Fantasy National or FanShare are okay. Because you're getting a 40-1 in kind of a weak field event. You might want to take it.
All right. So then you keep going down, and you got some juicy names. There are some good plays. Are there, though? I don't know. I like Tringali at like the 50, 60-1. I'm going to go with Cameron Tringali. He loves the grass, loves the California vibe. What about the California vibe? Are you interested in a Ricky Fowler, a California vibe guy?
No, not interested in Ricky right now. I've heard some love on Justin Rose as well. I'm not really interested in them until I see a bit bigger numbers.
All right, and you also have Will Zalatoris. I mean, if Will Zalatoris could show up, be the best he can be, he could play well here. Can he get to 22, 23 under, Will Zalatoris?
I don't know, because we don't really – have we ever seen him win? So we don't know, like, is he going to win? I feel like his skill set is going to be better at a course that's like 8 to 10 under par. That's more difficult. He seems like he's played his best at US Open and PGAs when it's tough. Like, the tougher the field, the bigger the event. He showed up early in his career, but I mean, the guy won like once on the Korn Ferry Tour in all of his years. He hasn't won on the PGA Tour, so he hasn't won a whole lot to really have a profile in terms of course fit.
Okay. There's factors involved this week. You have the 3 courses, of course, and then you also have the Pro-Am. You have random celebrities or CEOs of companies that sponsor stuff. They're going to be playing alongside these guys. The rounds could take up to 5 or 6 hours. What are we doing with the guys that are impatient this week? How do we factor that into our models?
Yeah, I think we heard a little bit of that from like Gooch last week, and some other guys chimed in on Kevin Na. Yeah, I think that's a factor. I don't love guys who are not going to like this format and are, it's a little bit of a turnoff to have to play 5 or 6 hour rounds potentially with anyone. You're only in a group of one other PGA Tour player and 2 AMs. So that's weird. A lot of it comes down to the AMs that you get stuck with or the tournament sticks you with. This is an awkward one to try and predict the winner. Everything, man. 54-hole cut, 3 different golf courses, AMs everywhere. Like, there's a lot of extra factors this week that make it even tougher to find a winner than normal.
So that just means, Joe, let's let everybody think John Rahm's going to run away with this, and let's just bet the long shots, baby. Josh, pull up the long shots, because could this be long shot season? I know you did your video today. Maybe you don't want to reveal everything because you want to force people to go to TikTok and find you. Or who do you got in your long shot belt this week, Joe?
Oh, I always let him rip on preferred lines.
Right.
Mike Thompson, Grizzly Mike, I'm calling him now.
How much are you getting on him?
Now that he has that beard, he's no longer Michael. He goes by Mike.
Okay, cool.
So Mike Thompson, top 5 last week. He was great on approach. I think this is a very similar course fit. He was good at the Shriners, has good course history here, 100 to 1. Let's throw a dart there. I took 90 to 1 Sebastian Munoz. Just kind of a flyer. I don't really have a lot of stats to back that up. I just felt like this might be a good spot where he posts one of those like 9 under rounds and a 7 under round, and he holds on for dear life to find himself in contention.
Right.
And then I took my boy because I don't want to miss it, and I don't think these numbers are going to be there for long. There's 160 to 1 on Adam Svenson out there. I talked about him all fall. I love his game. I have friends down here who are close with him and just have been telling me, because they know I do these shows, like, you need to be on Svenson. So I've tried to be the guy that's really early on him. But there's a lot to be said there. Like, you put Tim Tucker wants to come on your bag. He doesn't just do that for any, like, a lot of people see the upside in this kid besides friends. There's a lot of people that are high on him on the PGA Tour. He's great on approach. He's giving himself a ton of opportunities. He's a solid putter. He's a winner. I'll take all those things. And there's just unknown, right? I like when you're looking for like 130 to 150 to 160 to 1, like, you can take safe bets in guys that we've seen a lot. Brendan Steele, Andrew Landry, Lucas Glover, like, these guys, we know what they are, right? We know that their peak and their low point, and we've kind of figured them out over all the years. We don't really know about Svenson, and that unknown, I think, is attractive to me in terms of betting a really deep long shot.
So then, did you write up Svenson at $7,000 in your odds checker article this week?
No, because I don't like that price.
Why not?
So,
it's too high.
I wish. Okay, so it's 7,000. I believe I took. I think
you don't have to do it. We can go click.
Yeah, you can click the odds checker article, but no, I was trying.
That's crazy.
I was trying to build, just because the way that I built around the top, I needed someone a little higher price in that 7K range. I didn't want to go all the way to the bottom, and then I wanted to go in the high 6s, so therefore I passed on him. But yeah, look, there's a ton of guys in that $7,000 range this week. I think I counted like 42 or 43. So there's a lot of different ways to pick. It just depends on lineup construction where you land.
Okay. Well, all right. That kind of concludes the program a little bit.
You got long shots? You didn't give me yours.
Okay, so let me pull up my long shots.
Let them fly.
Well, the definition of a long shot, you could go 60 to 1, you could go whatever, but that's kind of weak. You got to go higher than that. What about Woodland? 80,
I know.
90,
Fuck, I want to bet Gary, man, because it's funny, like, being around people that see these guys play. They're so enamored and so like, wow, they try. Okay, so Gary plays at a club down here close by me that there's a couple of people that play at mine that are members there as well, and they see him out there, and they're like, they come to me because they know that I like betting on golf, and they're like, Gary's been out there fucking grinding, and he's got his coaches, and he's hosting events, and he's shooting 8 under through 9 holes and all this stuff, and they're like, but people like tell me this, so I get so high on it, but I don't I try to tame it back a little bit and realize that fucking Ches Reavie can be a member at some guy's club, and they're all going to think he's the greatest thing that's ever hit the turf. So
right.
It's tough, but yeah, I have heard very positive things about Gary, including himself posting that he finally feels healthy and able to sort of get through the ball. And I know he was battling an injury. He's played well on the West Coast in California before, so I don't mind it at all if you take that.
What about then Pete Dye guy? Because we're at a Pete Dye course. Jason Day, is he at 100 to 1?
Is he really?
Yeah. Why is Jason Day 100 to 1? Because we think he's broken, or we know he's broken. See, but these guys, they'll show up. But see, I think the books know what I know, and Jason Day doesn't give a shit about this trophy. This is the Adam Scott routine where they don't want to hold the ketchup trophy, the hotel trophy, whatever the trophy is this week.
Can't really be
credit card trophy. Like, they don't want that.
When you're at the state of Jason Day's game where he's 130 to 1 to win the Amex, it's hard to be picky anymore at that point.
I
He's just
suppose,
trying to
maybe.
win. But
I guess.
yeah, I know our guy Travis, who we had on the show, Travis Fulton, did like some swing analysis on him, which I found quite interesting. How he's changed a lot due to injury, basically in his back. So he is swinging totally different now than when he was at number 1 in the world, Jason Day. So could there be a resurgence? Yeah, I think that the number kind of tells you the story on where the sentiment is on him right now.
Yeah, he was in my initial lineup build at 7,300 on DraftKings. We'll talk about DraftKings on the Golf Guys program after this program. Go find the Golf Guys. It's on YouTube or iTunes. But I can't. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't think. What about Birdie Brian Harmon, a course history guy? Brian Harmon, 110 to 1.
He been playing well lately.
He's okay.
Okay,
not terrible. I mean, he's 110 to 1 for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a take on him. One guy I was looking at, let me see if I can find his odds, just because I saw him flash last week, and I know he likes it out there in California. Kevin Chappell went from like first round leader to like 50th place last week, and that's obviously going to happen. Let me see where I. So there's books right now where he's 550 to 1.
He's not even on this book I have.
550 to 1 is pretty insane.
He won't win.
He won't win, but maybe like another first round leader bet on him.
Yeah.
He can go low. He
shot 59.
Like 10 guys, to have a 59. So yeah, who knows? That's just another guy that I was like, whoa, after a decent performance last week, even though he's super faded over the weekend.
Okay, I got 2 more guys. They're not 100 to 1. They're 70 and 80 to 1. And they're in my DraftKings lineup because I like them. I think that they're good prices on DraftKings. You got Johnny Vegas. He's 8,100. He's 70 to 1. And you also have Luke List, 80 to 1 at $8,000. Luke List and Johnny Vegas, they have solid games in that the prices they are. I feel like those are good values.
Yeah, I actually wrote up Johnny Vegas in my odds checker thing. So yeah, I like him a lot. He's great on Nicklaus courses. He had a decent fall. He's pretty consistent. He likes birdie fest. So I think there's a lot of things to like about his game. And you see some spikes from him. So you're trying to pick the spot where you can predict that.
All right, Joe. We got the end. It's the end of the program. Before we get to the magic trick, you know there's magic coming up with the holiday that is the Valentine's Day. You want to make sure that your lady's loving you.
Yeah. Do you have any advice?
Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't let a wild pube wreck you. That's for real. Because Valentine's Day is less than 30 days away, Joe, and our sponsors at Manscaped are here for you with the best tools to get your balls ready for the special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Why don't you join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped, the leader in below-the-waist grooming, with an exclusive offer. Golf Guys 20 will get you 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
Excellent promo once again. 20% off, Golf Guys 20. Support the show. That helps us. So like those kind of things help us, retweets, all that good stuff. But this helps us as well and helps you. So it's a win-win.
Win-win. All right, what do you got? What do you got for us, Joe, before the Golf Guys gets going?
All right.
So, set the scene here. You had about a dozen kids at your birthday party there.
Yeah, it was a little less than that. You know, there was COVID restrictions and protocols, and a couple of kids got sick. So we ended up with my son and a bunch of girls that, but yeah, we had a good time. He asked me a week before so that he wanted a magic show. And I said, I can't get a magician. And he said, you can do it, Papa.
Duh.
So I learned a couple card tricks. I would do a card trick, but I don't know. I was going to do that, but I don't know if that's really going to play
sure.
With a camera.
All right.
So let me see what else I got. Oh, so I did a couple good ones. I did the disappearing scarf.
Oh, yeah?
I had that going.
Put it in your hand.
I had the quarter trick. I had that going. I had a little quick change booth that I sent my son into and turned him into a Lego.
No way.
It's pretty cool. I'm looking for a bill.
Did you go to the magic store for this, or how did you prepare?
No, I did a little YouTubing.
Mm-hmm.
you know, did a little YouTubing.
Okay.
That's all. Just household ingredients.
Did YouTube
Like
help you?
What's that?
Was YouTube helpful?
Yeah, you know, you can learn anything on YouTube. You just got to find the right videos.
Right.
All right. Taking my notes here.
Why don't you zoom in on him, Jish?
This is my pen.
You know.
This is my wallet. Oh, God. I can't do it like this. This is too close. This is a bill right out of my wallet. You see that? It's a crisp 50 pack.
Wow. Okay. You're rich.
See,
so you did win $112,500.
Real 50, right?
Yeah, that's a real dollar
and
bill.
Real.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to get, I don't really quite know how to get this on camera.
Okay.
But I'm going to put the pen through Mr. Grant's head here.
You're going to just face U.S. property or
can you
currency?
See me? Hold on.
If you're watching or if you're listening on iTunes, Joe Idone has just stabbed a $50 bill with a pen like a madman. You can just see a hole through this $50 bill. What are you doing? How do the kids react to this?
Right through a 50. You see that, friend?
The kids
I kind of got it through the building a little bit, but there you go. And now,
what?
The help of a little bit of magic.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. Now he's
hold on.
Somehow
right through his chin
and away from the dollar bill. And he's revealing a clean, crisp 50. What? How did you do that?
See that?
Oh, I don't, everyone. How?
That's a magic trick, folks.
That's a fake 50.
It's not. This is a real 50.
Wow, Joe. All right. New career.
See? You don't know my tricks.
That's amazing. New side hustle. You're going to have to go to YouTube and find that. Eric Martins loves it. I think Eric Martins is going to have to be volunteering for Sam's next birthday.
I'm glad you tuned in, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for everyone who tuned in and liked and subscribed and rated and reviewed and all of the things that you need to do to help us keep going. Joe, appreciate you. We got the golf guys coming right up. I'm going to crack another beer. We're going to fire up another podcast. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Preferred Lines podcast.
Have a good one, boys. Best of luck this week. Take care.
Cheers.
Peace.
Martins love that.
Wow.